Hello everyone, it's me Mask, and welcome to part of a new series called Theories with Mask. Now, I genuinely believe that the new killer is going to be Springtrap. I'm gonna go ahead and set that right into the beginning of the video. Some people might disagree, some people might agree. I'm gonna give out my theories, and I'm gonna read other people's theories, and why I believe it might be Springtrap, why it might not be any other killer. And then I'm going to listen to other theories and see what happens. Now, next week we're getting the PTB. We're getting the release for the new killer next week, which is exciting, it's fun. So let's just talk about some things. According to Game Leaks, we're only getting the killer. We're not getting a map, we're not getting a survivor, just the killer. The survivor is going to be released later, and that's going to be an original to Dead by Daylight. So we're not looking at a licensed survivor, we're looking at a licensed killer at most. We know for a fact it might not be a original killer because of first of all the hype. They wouldn't be doing this for an original killer. It wouldn't really make sense. They're making it completely secretive. They're making it way out of proportion. It just doesn't make sense for it to be an original killer and do all of this. This is where my theories for it to be Springtrap come in. I believe it might be Springtrap because of the whole way that they're doing this. They're doing this in a way that it's very secretive. They're doing letter by letter, different pictures, kind of similar to what Scott Cawthon used to do with every single one of his releases. The way that he released Springtrap was add an extra letter to some sentences, something that they haven't done, maybe, as well as some just different, it's just weird. The way that they're doing it is weird, and some of the letters correlate except for the E, but that's where the I'm still here comes in. It just makes sense, in my opinion. I just feel like this is just such a Scott Cawthon thing to do. This fits really well with what Scott Cawthon would or has done in the past, and it just fits, and it's a perfect way to say goodbye to him. He's retiring, he's not going to be posting on YouTube. I mean, he's not going to be making new games anymore, at least not on his part. There will still be Five Nights at Freddy's games, just not from him. Which it would make sense. It's a perfect way to tell him, hey, this is it, goodbye. You were an amazing game creator, a lot of people loved you, you had a huge fan base. Toxic, that's debatable, but you had a huge fan base. And honestly, it was great. It was really great. First of all, I just want to say that was an amazing. I kind of grew up with that game. I didn't really pay much attention to it. I didn't really become an extreme fan of it, but I did grow up with it. But that's one of the main reasons why I do want it to be Springtrap, because that's the character I fell in love with from the entire series. Yes, he was evil, yes, he was bad, but he was my favorite. He just seemed deteriorated. The way that he got killed, which, for that, I'm going to tell you the little story if you don't know the story behind Springtrap. If you do, just skip ahead. I'm going to put the timestamp in the video right now, so you can just skip that part and listen to the theories. But basically, Springtrap used to be a guy named William Afton. William Afton used to be a worker at Fresper's Pizzeria, and he started killing kids. He killed kids, he hid them inside the bodies of each different animatronic, thus making the souls of the kids take over the robots. The robots then try to fight William Afton. William Afton tried to hide inside one of the robot costumes, which is Springtrap, and he died. He got snapped in there, he died, his whole body just kind of got squished. And then after that, the place burned down with him inside. It was a horrible death, which, now that we are actually off and we got rid of the storyline and the backstory behind William Afton, or aka Springtrap, this is where my theories come in. Two maps that were featured in those images are maps that were either burned down or are burned down. I mean, both maps were burned down. The S is under fire in one of the barrels, and the other letter, the map is basically on fire. The whole point of the map is that it was on fire. So that's where it comes in. Springtrap died in the fire, and it's weird that both of the maps that were featured were caught on fire. It's just weird to me. It's just kind of weird to me. Now, another thing, another, I guess I want to say clue, but this just might be a coincidence. I'm putting my money on that it's a coincidence, who knows. But the way that they said that the Dead Dog Saloon was closed, they put a huge closed picture on top of the basic image, and they left it there. Which, I've never seen them do that. At least I haven't paid attention that much to their Twitter. If they have, I'm sorry. That's a red herring from my part. That's a false piece of information. However, if this is the first time they've done that, I find it weird that they would just put the word closed in front of Dead Dog Saloon, which is, by the way, a sort of restaurant. Dead Dog Saloon is a type of restaurant. And I just find it weird that the only map that's a restaurant is closed. Now, yes, I get it, they need renovations, for real, but I just find it weird. I find it odd that they would close the one map that's a restaurant. Now, another theory is that it just, I feel like this one doesn't make too much sense. I feel like this is just not true, but people have been saying that they see Springtrap, or they see different animatronics in the background. For example, in an image where people thought that they saw either Bonnie or they saw Springtrap in the background because of the ears or something poking out. Turns out it was just a crow on a rock. It wasn't super serious, so I'm not going to count that as a piece of evidence, but that's basically my evidence for now. Also, as well as the 7 A's when they wrote the letter A as opposed. Now, many people were saying the 7 kids is going to be it, but also, I recently found out that this is the 7th year anniversary for Five Nights at Freddy's. I mean, it's not exactly the anniversary, but this is the 7th year Scott Cawthon has been doing games from Five Nights at Freddy's. 7 years that game has been out, and it's 7 A's. So, I find it a little bit odd that, it's specifically 7. Now, if we're following that pattern, then I guess the it emoji thing is going to make a little bit more sense. But I'm going to get into that one later. But anyways, the 7 A's, the 7 years Five Nights at Freddy's has been out, as well as the A being like the iconic screen for every single animatronic in a game. It just makes sense in my opinion. As well as Ace being stuck inside of a cage, like an attraction, like many people were saying that could be the name that they could give, Springtrap, the attraction. It would make sense. It's pretty cool. I like that idea. But that's not it. Well, that's it for Springtrap, but there's more theories. The new theories now are Hellraiser, because we got the E, and that's the only one that fits so far. Pennywise hasn't fit at all ever since the A came out. Hellraiser is one of the most probable options at the moment. As well as something that I saw earlier was that there is some sort of like nail stuck to the circle from the recent Instagram post. Which, I mean, I don't think I've ever seen that either. I haven't paid attention to it. I haven't really gone that map in a while. But if it has been there, correct me if I'm wrong. But I just never seen it. I've never seen that either. So that might also be a dead giveaway that it's Pinhead from the Hellraiser series. And it would make sense. Hellraiser is a very iconic movie character. So far, the thing that has Hellraiser going forward in the race is the fact that his name has every single letter. Like, every single letter is in his name. So far we haven't had a single, like, thing wrong with it. So, who knows? It might be a Hellraiser. Now, part for the next series. I think Polyester has talked about this one. I generally don't think it's going to be Pennywise from the movie It. However, there was 2 pieces of evidence for him, and that was basically it. 2 emojis, and that's it. The 2 clown emojis, which were added to the Japanese version of the Dead by Daylight account, showing the circus image, had 2 clown emojis, and that made people go like, oh, okay, that's 100%, Pennywise. There's going to be 2 clowns in the game. Who knows? However, I was thinking it could also be Circus Baby from Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm not going to talk about that for now. I don't believe Circus Baby is going to be in the game. Who knows? Might be that legendary skin people are talking about. Now, Also, the egg emoji, when they were talking, a little birdie told me about the 5.1 update. If you didn't know, Pennywise lays eggs. I know, it's very weird. Pennywise lays eggs. And I guess that was a piece of evidence. I generally don't think those are, like, I generally don't believe that's proof enough. But who knows? Pennywise was another theory. And Candyman. Candyman is going to be the last one in this list. He is ranked very, very below. Not as below as Pennywise, but he's ranked low on the probability list. Yes, his movie is coming out soon. He does have that for him. But that's it. Like, I don't see any other bit of evidence. I haven't seen any single, like, proof that there may be honey or bees or an egg with a bee coming out. With maybe the egg, if you think about it. The egg was a scene in one of the original Candyman movies. Who knows? But that's basically it. That's basically the whole idea. Those are all the theories possible. And I'm putting my money that it's 100% Springtrap. Although, seeing the new proof, I'm pretty sure it also might be Hellraiser. It's either between Springtrap or Hellraiser. And I'm putting my money on Hellraiser, but, not Hellraiser. Putting my money on Springtrap. But who knows? We'll have to see. The update is coming out next week, I think it was. So I'm definitely going to look for that one. Do catch me on Twitch. Do check out my Twitter in case you want to see some more updates. I'm going to be talking about the new things that are being released, the new images. I'm just going to talk about my day there. Going to make it nice and calming. Not going to go crazy on there. But, hopefully you guys did enjoy. Please leave a like, subscribe, check out my Twitch. I'm going to be streaming on there very soon. I'm getting everything set up. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to get my fear of streaming on Twitch away. So hopefully it goes really well. But anyways, I'm going to stop talking now. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. And remember, stay beautiful. Goodbye.